one then. Right, good afternoon. Welcome to this very important webinar, and I'm so happy that everyone's here, even with the dodgy weather down in the Cape. At least it's a bit warmer up here. If you can find the chat, please make sure you have found it. It's on the bottom if you're looking for it. It's useful to ask questions, especially if someone's busy talking. So while we're talking about the weather, and as I see people are still joining, winter's not my season, but on a positive note, we haven't seen mosquitoes in a few days. I just had to put that out there because it's so true. Even in Pretoria, we don't even have any bugs at the moment. It's so funny. Right, so let's have a look at the agenda quickly so you know what's coming. We're going to speak about the dates and Moodle. You'll get all the information now, so don't get a fright. Then there's the registration payment and certification, which Robin will be doing, the case study, moderation and marking. Then we're talking about something exciting, which you're getting added on here, is the GIS Olympiad. And then there's the teacher's course in Topa Cloth, and you'll have to wait to hear what that's all about. So please don't disappear and listen to everything. It's different people speaking, so it's going to be important for you to hear all of that. Just, of course, a very kind reminder about a smooth webinar to keep your cameras perhaps off. It helps with better streaming. And then also just to please keep yourself muted so that we don't have background sounds bothering everyone. If you want to ask questions, please use the chat. I'm going to put in a hi there now so you can see where it is. Please find it, use it. It's going to be useful to get quick answers. We don't want to interrupt anyone while they're talking. So grab your coffee or whatever else you need to get through this for the next hour or so. We won't go over time. Then that'll be great. So I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to ask Abby somewhere. You're here somewhere. Or if you could unmute yourself. There you are. Hi, Abby.
Hi.
Please continue. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Annika. Okay, let me, says
Could you
sharing is not turned
just speak
on.
up a bit? Sorry, I'm just struggling to hear you there.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, it's just a bit soft, but that's better. Thanks.
All right, no, it says sharing is not turned on.
Okay, sorry, yes, I need to just do that quickly. Right, you should be able to now. I think that is just,
Yes.
I haven't found all the presenters yet.
Thank you. I hope everyone can hear me. There you go. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Geospatial Data Science Certificate webinar. My name is Siabilwe Diludi, and I'll be taking you through the admin of this program. Right. So let me switch off my camera. Good. All right. So with regards to the admin, when it comes to the GDSC, I am part of the technical support. I provide technical support when it comes to if people aren't able to register or there's a problem with registrations on the platform, the Moodle platform that I will be showing to you not long. And also if there are issues with the content, say for example, software is not working properly and teachers come to me or send emails and I will be able to assist. So there's a bit of a change when it comes to the admin this year in terms of who to contact when it comes to asking questions, if you have issues with a number of things that some people may experience as they go through the program. So this is the circular, well, the nicely designed circular that's been designed. So this circular will provide you with the dates. So the program will start tomorrow. So from the 12th of July until the 30th of September, the cutoff date will be the 15th of October, 2024. And it also highlights the modules that will be done during the program. And also it provides you with information in terms of how much is the cost of the program and also who to contact when it comes to payments for your learners and who to contact when it comes to registering your learners in the Moodle platform. So in this instance, you have to contact, you have to first start with in the IEB to register your learners, and then the IEB will refer you to us, which is Cartosa, and we will register your learners in the Moodle platform, right? So this is how the process goes. You start in the IEB, then you'll be referred to Cartosa. Right. So when it comes to registration requirements, as I mentioned, after registering in the IEB, you'll be referred to CATOSA. And when it comes to you coming into the Katoza platform, you'll have to send an email, and you'll be provided with an email in terms of who do you need to send the email to. So the email will be teacherhelp@katoza.com, which will be provided to you. And from there, you need to make sure that the subject line is GDSC student registration. And then when you provide those details, make sure that you provide a spreadsheet with the list of the learners' names and their respective groups, because remember, this is a group project, right? So from there, make sure that you also indicate the name of your school as well. And then upon receipt, you will receive a prerequisite document and a student guide. So the student guide will guide you and your students in terms of how do you go about registering on the platform. So as I mentioned below, Katoza will not be handling any student registrations. Compared to the previous years where we registered your students. So in this instance, students will have to self-register themselves. It's an easy registration process, no complications at all, which I will show you just now. So as I mentioned, you'll get a prerequisite document, which will give you the link to the website that you can just simply click on. And then once you go to the website, which is here, you should be able to see a website that looks like this. So Katoza GIS Academy. And then if you click on the login button there at the top right corner, you'll see it will show you whether you should log in if you're already registered on the platform. If you are not registered, and if this is your first time, and meaning that if you are new to the program, then you have to create an account. So if you create an account, make sure that you use your username. So the username will be in small caps. So students' usernames must be in small caps. They have to enter their password, their email address. In most cases, we found that when we use students' schools' email address, there tends to be some firewalls that are blocking students from receiving emails from this platform. So in this instance, I would recommend students using their personal emails if their school emails tend to be a problem. But if school emails don't have a problem with regards to firewalls and all that, then they can continue using their student email addresses. Then they can enter the email address again, their first name, last name. They don't have to enter the town or city, and then they can create their account. After creating an account, they'll get a pop-up message saying that you have registered at the Katoza Training Academy. Please verify your account. Then they will click on the email that verifies their account. So if we log in, so once they've logged in, once they've managed to log in, they should go to the home page. From the home page, you will see available courses. So under available courses, scroll down, I have a number of courses here. So the name of the course is GDSC General Participation Certificate. If you click on that, so that's what they'll see. But now in this instance, it will not automatically let them into the course. They have to add the enrollment key, which is provided here as well. So this is the enrollment key that will be provided to you once you have made contact with Katoza. So both teacher and learner will get the same enrollment key when you, after you've registered on the platform, use this enrollment key. Please, it's important that once you get this information, please go through all the documentation to avoid you having to ask for an enrollment key, whereas the enrollment key has already been given to you. So make sure that once you get these documents, always read through them so that you can be able to not only help your learners, but also it makes it easier for us in terms of admin to not regularly keep giving people an enrollment key, knowing very well that the enrollment key has already been provided. So we've also provided a student guide. So the student guide basically just takes students through what is expected of them. So Katoza registration, lessons, assessments, evaluation criteria, who to communicate with, and general course operations. And then if you need any help accessing the platform, always contact teacherhelp@katoza.com. Last year and the previous years, you would contact me, but in this instance, you won't be able to contact me directly in my email. Use teacherhelp@katoza.com. And I'll show you how you'll be able to be in contact with me. So this will take you through how you go about registering in the platform. So it tells you click on the link that's been provided here. So every link that's here is clickable. And then it shows you the steps to click on the login button, create your account, add all your account details. Then at the end, you'll click create my new account. Then as I've shown you here, it says confirm your account. Then you click continue. And if you go to your email, you'll see this email that says, hi, a new account has been created at the Katoza GS Academy. Click on this link so that your account is confirmed. Once it's confirmed, you'll get this message that says, thank you with your name. Your registration has been confirmed, and then you click continue. Once you click continue, it will automatically log you in, and then you'll get this welcome message. Once you get the welcome message, you go to the home page. From the home page, you locate GDSC General Participation Certificate 2024. You'll see that it has the small key there next to the name. And then when you click on that, it will ask you for the enrollment key. So this enrollment key that I mentioned here is what you'll be adding here. And then once you add the enrollment key, click on Enroll Me. From there, then you'll be able to access the course. And this is how the course looks. So after you've been able to register and access the course, you'll be able to go through and see the lessons. So this is the course content, the modules. So if I click on course content, for example, it'll show you what's in the course content, tutorial videos, additional resources, glossary, and the modules that are given to you. You can also use the navigation here on the left. So you can click on module 1 and then navigate through the exercises that have been given to you. Always make sure that your students, if your student clicks on an exercise, it'll automatically mark it as complete because they've already looked at the exercise and they've started engaging with the exercise as well. So it's a pretty easy navigating platform it's not really complicated when it comes to navigating it. Another thing that I want to mention, the discussion forum. I can click this. So you'll see on the welcome page, there's the discussion forum. So if students and teachers have an issue, for example, with QGIS not working, with maybe they don't understand a part of a lesson, or depending on what they are doing at that time, click on the discussion forum. And then if you see here, these are the groups. So the groups will be the school that you are from, and then you click the school that you're from, and then you'll be able to add a discussion. So say, for example, I'm part of the teachers group, then I will add a discussion. Similar to an email, type in the subject, type in your message. You can copy, add pictures here. Once you're done, you can click post to forum. So this makes it easy for me to track everyone's request, but also it's also beneficial for other teachers who are in the group who will be able to see any solutions that we'll be providing. So instead of repeating one solution to 10 teachers, the solution can be only said once, and then the rest of the teachers are able to get a solution for that, or the students from that group, and so forth. So from now on, when it comes to accessing or asking questions from me, always use the discussion forums. If anything comes through my email address gets flooded a lot, so it might be easier. It's very easy for me to miss those emails. So once you're registered, always use the discussion forum. If you can't register, always use teacherhelp@katoza.com, which is this email. So I even mentioned it here at the bottom. If you need help, always contact teacherhelp@katoza.com. And the person behind teacherhelp@katoza.com is Zani. I think Zani is in the meeting. She'll introduce herself. So she will be able to direct you to me whenever you have issues with accessing the platform and so forth. But if it's content, always use the discussion forums. If you don't use the discussion forum and use my email, like I said, it will be difficult for me to be able to access, to read your email on time and get help on time. So discussion forums from now on. Unless I'm missing anything, Bridget, do you have anything to add? But if not, Zani, you can introduce yourself to everyone. You unmuted, Bridget.
Yes. Good day, everyone.
Thank you,
I'm
Zani
Zani.
Sobiwe. I just
Yes.
wanted to say, Sobiwe, please can you just check your messaging? I think Brandon may be delayed.
All right, I will check that. Yes, Zani, you can introduce yourself. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Okay, good day, everyone. How are you all? I'm Zani Masugu, so I will be helping you. And I'll try my best to be as efficient as possible. So yeah. Unfortunately, I'm just starting work now, so I was just right on time.
Thank you, Zani.
I wanted you to see me, but unfortunately, I can't switch on the video so that you can see the face behind.
All right.
Yeah, but anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you, Zani. I also see a message here that says, can I repeat the step? Also, when it comes to registering in the platform, please do not go to katoza.com. This is the main company website. Do not go to this website. Go to training.katoza.com. So there's a difference. If you go to katoza.com and try to log in, it will show you a whole different platform. Please go to training.katoza.com. And as I mentioned, once the IAB has referred you to Katoza, you will receive these two documents, a GDSC prerequisite and the student guide. And the student guide and the prerequisite both have the link to training.katoza.com, not katoza.com. I hope that makes sense, Paris. All right. If there are no any further questions, I think on my end, I am done.
Thanks so much, V. That's fantastic. And thank you, Zani, as well. You two are amazing. I've had to work with you a few times now, and it's just fantastic. It's so easy. Thank you so much. Right. It's Robin next. Thank you.
Thanks, Inika. Good afternoon, everyone. It's lovely to see so many people. Gosh, I feel this is so close to me. It's wonderful to see so many people on the attending to participate, hopefully. We had some learners participate last year, and those certificates would have been sent to you in the June delivery, as far as I know. Just on some reflection in terms of the team, you'll notice that this task differs from the tasks in the previous years, in that we had a part A and a part B in the previous years, where part A was a kind of training course, if you will, and then, excuse me, part B was when they had to apply that knowledge in a specific scenario. So we did that for 2 years. And the general trend that what we found is that learners were very good at completing part A and then kind of lost their steam, I suppose, with schoolwork and academics and holidays and sports and whatnot, taking precedent. They kind of lost their focus. So what we decided as a team this year was to rather make this just a one-part thing. So that's, you'll see we don't have a part A and a part B. There's only a one task, if you will. And that is a task they need to complete anytime from now until the deadline, like we said, end of September, the maximum deadline, end of October. So how you run it at your school really is up to you. If you're going to have set days where the learners come and you oversee and assist them, with the material. Sometimes we think that's better, so they kind of have a routine. That means they remain focused on the task. Some of the teachers allow the learners just to get on with it. I mean, if your learners are focused enough and you know, committed to their learning, and that's absolutely fine. We're not going to dictate to you how it is that you do these tasks, but we do find the kind of, you know, checking in once a week or once every 2 weeks and actually giving them a set time when you are there generally finds it helps the learners remain focused. In terms of the administration, the registration, etc., we're not trying to be difficult by giving you a number of steps, but the reality is that this is a collaboration between the IEB, SAGTA, COTOSA, and so what it means, however, is that we obviously need to register the learners from our side for payment purposes and for certification purposes. So there is a circular that has gone out, and Inika very kindly shared this on the link to today's webinar. First is just to say the cost is 181 Rand per learner. Please remember the IEB, we don't seek to make profit here. This is simply to cover our costs. And what will happen is that you need to send an email to one of our guys at Interim Resulting, Alusani. Now, in the past, I kind of did it myself. But at the IEB, we've been reflecting on the roles and who does what. And my job is not one of data capturing, if you will. So Alisani works in our data and entry section at the IEB. So you email him saying that you would like to participate. What he will then do is he opens up our online system that allows you to capture the learner's details. Now, the reason we need that additional step, rather than you just saying sending a spreadsheet in with your learners' names, is twofold. The first is to make sure that that information is accurately captured by yourselves, rather than us then trying to capture the data, and there may be errors with names, etc. It also helps us with our logistics in terms of that information then goes down to financing. But also, I think the most powerful part of us capturing this online is that we can actually maybe do some research where we track learners. So we could see how these learners perform, say, if they're in grade 10 now, how they perform in, say, geography in 2 years' time when they get to matric. So that is the reason why we've gone with that kind of, you have to register your learners on the platform. If you're unfamiliar with this process, just reach out to your school IEB liaison, because they work with the system all the time. Once the registrations have been captured on the IEB online, so once you've done that, you've gone and captured the data on the IEB online system, please let Alusani know, because Alusani will then send this information to COTOSA so they can open up the system for your learners to register on the COTOSA platform. So think of it as the IEB is the people that do the admin. We do the registrations, we do the costing, and we do the certification. But the registration on the COTOSA website that Abby's just taking you now, that is for ultimately for them to access the platform to complete the task. The end of the day, if you get confused, if you're not sure, if you get stuck, if you don't hear back, please just email myself. I will save my email in the chat. I also am aware that there might be some schools that are not IEB schools who would like to participate, who are on this platform today. Again, what I'm going to say to you there is that the system, the administration may need to run a little differently because you don't have access to the IEB capture system. So what I'm going to say is that if you are interested and you would like more information on how to register, that you send me an email to moed@ieb.co.za, but I'll put my detail in that chat. Just to say, I think that this is really an exciting initiative. I'm presenting a paper on this particular project at the AEAA, which is the Assessment and Education Association for Africa, taking place in Cape Town end of August. And those of you who know me as a historian will be pleased to know that I had to give myself a tutor 101 on what is GIS, seeing as I'm presenting on this. And I'm talking about how we've used the power of collaboration between SAGTA, between COTOSA, between ourselves, between teachers, between schools, to try and really take quite a challenging topic or, you know, or skill set that we know is so valuable, and how do we really empower learners and teachers in this space. So I'd just like to say thank you to COTOSA and SAGTA for their assistance here, and thank you to you for your participation. So that is me. I'm going to just put on, just sorry, in terms of you'll see in but we'll update is that you will be required as teachers end of September, early October to conduct the marking of the task that the learners complete. We'll make sure that there's marking guidelines provided to you nearer that time. And then what will happen is that the IEB we will then moderate these submissions by the learners. The learners will then be given a certificate of participation and an achievement level. So did they achieve it with distinction, with merit, with recognition? Okay, those will be sent to you in the January of 2025 delivery, simply because anyone who knows exams, who knows IEB, October, November, at that time of the year when this is all happening is our crunch time with exams. So now to be expected to deliver and print certificates, a big ask. So we asked and just hope you understand that is why the certificates only get made available in January 2025. Okay, thank you. I'm going to share my presentation, my email in the link for anyone who wants any more questions. But thank you to Ineke for organizing this webinar today, and thank you again to Kartoza and Abby and her team for organizing and helping with all the technical support. Thank you.
Thank you. I love the poster behind you. We'll do this. Right, Clinton, thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the certificate this year. I am representing the external certification. The University of Pretoria is happy to be aligned and associated with this wonderful initiative. And so this is a very important certificate for high school learners, because obviously it can add to their CV and give them more credence than most of your people who are going to university, particularly because they'll have some sort of GIS training and skills already accredited and sort of authenticated. So how it works is, as they've alluded to, the previous speakers in all of their presentations, is I'm in charge as the external moderator for the certificate, having seen the task ahead of time and obviously moderating it before it gets sent out to schools, to also look at the sort of products or the outcome of what your students do in terms of the certificate. And then a panel is appointed to moderate externally, independently, to then navigate through and warrant or authenticate the marks that you have given them as part of the process. So it's quite user-friendly. There's a rubric and easy assessment practices and processes that you follow in order to assess the task. And then I and my team, as well as the panel, will oversee the authentication and moderation process to rubber stamp that and to sign it off. So thank you for participating, for your interest, and we hope that there'll be many more schools involved. Your homework is please each to tell 2 of your colleagues or friends in the fraternity about this process. Send them the link to this recording, and so we can grow the participation of this wonderful certificate. Thank you.
Thank you, Clinton. Fantastic. Yes, that's a good challenge. I agree. Bridget, are you ready to go?
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Ineke. Short of quickly tap dancing, shame. I've just got 3 people here that have just been caught out in floods in hospital, and life has happened. So if you don't mind, I'm going to morph into 3 people. But I would just like to quickly talk about the rationale of the task, and then I will do a quick big deep dive into what the task is this year. We are very excited. If you have been involved in it previously, you will notice that the task was based on Gqeberha, and the learners in what was originally the part A of the course would then have to redesign an area at the harbor. So what we have done this year is, because we're quite excited that both the DBE and the IEB have got coal as a mineral. So what we are going to be doing is, there's an open cast coal mine up in Limpopo, and if anyone's been to Mapungubwe, it's a beautiful National Heritage Site. So what the learners will be doing is, oh, wonderful, Brandon is here. Brandon
Yes. I hope I'm not too bad. I'm just coming from the car, so I hope I'm not jittery.
Do some
I'm gonna put my video off.
tap
I see
dancing for you. I'm so
it seems to be jumping up and down. My
to
signal
see
seems to be
you
bad.
as
I
the
think
examiner for the and
it's the Western Cape
Let me see if
signal,
I can get a better
Brandon.
and I see
signal.
Sam is in the no,
Let me get a better
Brandon is
signal
now.
here. Let me just see.
Okay, can I carry
Right, let me see
on,
if I get a better
Brandon?
signal.
Can I finish?
Yeah, sorry, I'm disturbing.
I see. No, not a problem. I'm sure if I see Sam Jones is in the room, she will just be laughing because this reminds me of the geography department where we were always interjecting with each other when we would do team classes anyway. But just to get back to what the task is, so please, in your minds, locate Limpopo province. We're going far up north. Think of Mapungubwe, which is a beautiful, in fact, it's a national heritage site, and this big open cast mine, which is slowly encroaching into the national heritage site. So what the learners are going to be doing is mapping it. We have created what we call a geo package. For the first two modules, 1 and 2, they learn the basics behind how the software works. And that is what is so nice about targeting at grade 10 and 11 learners. You don't necessarily need to have done geography. But of course, if you do geography, it will definitely be advantageous. There afterwards, they are going to draw a wonderful buffer around the national park and using real data, see if the open cast mine is actually encroaching into an area where they shouldn't actually be mining. So it's a real geography task that they'll be doing. And an extension of this is what I can refer to now, just to give Brandon a little bit of breathing space. If I can share, I'm very excited, now I am morphing into myself, is if I can quickly share my screen. And I'm quickly trying to learn a new platform here. Inika, I wonder, my plan B was to actually give you my my one slide. I wonder if you are able to actually share it for me.
Of course, yes. Which one is that?
It's the Geo Olympics, the GIS Olympics that we're going to be launching. Thank you.
I actually have it ready for you, just in case.
Bless you. Thank you. I've realized one always needs a plan B. Anyway, after this particular task, we are very excited, and I'm off to Dublin. Yes, thank you, Ireland. I know you all a bit hot sore that we beat you at the rugby, but to go and introduce visa restrictions on Monday, 2 days after the win, is a little bit harsh. But there are a number of us that are going off to Dublin to the IGU to present. And I am representing Cartosa and SAGTA at the event, and hopefully going to get more partners involved. As Robin alluded to, we've got a number of collaborations here. And here is an opportunity for your learners, once they've participated in this task, to then continue next year and take this to a global level where that group can collaborate with 3 other continents and actually participate in a global GIS Olympiad to actually solve real geographic issues. This time we are going to be linking it to climate change issues, climate mitigation issues. So just so you know, watch the space, keep an eye out for the GIS Olympiad while I go and find all the funding. That's one of my little pet projects, is finding funding for all of these geospatial projects, and by doing that, hopefully promote the subject. Brandon, are you ready?
You put my microphone on. Yes, I'm ready.
Thank
you. Can you hear me?
Done.
I just want to share my screen. Screen, okay. I think I'm just going to have to watch my Is there this black mark over my screen there?
No,
Let me
it's fine.
minimize. Okay, because yeah, I've got the tools, the Zoom tools in the front there. Right. So as Bridget said, the project is loaded. I'm going to start off, the instructions will show you how to get it from Moodle and download all of that. So it'll be a geo package with everything in it. And so therefore, this is what you will have. And so I'm going to start off with a project where what you would have, which layers will be on. And then we're going to start adjusting the layers as we move along. So what I've done is I've I've looked at the opencast mine and put in all the data that we need for that area. Now, some of the task might have this study area. Let me just see if I can put my, anyway, I'll leave it with that. I think you can see my mouse because I don't need to worry about that. You can see my mouse very clearly. I've used this here, which says study area. And doing that study area like that, the purpose is just to clip all the data, so you don't have to worry about having that there, but you can put it on. Okay, so what I've done is the task starts off with all those layers like that, and it says now we're going to work on the vector layers first. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the first layer here, which is the SA coal task, opencast mines in Limpopo. So that layer gets switched on, and when that layer, let me just see where's that map. Yes, there we go. So there's the layer on there. I just wanted to switch the other one off. It was masking that. So there's the mine itself. And so first of all, part of the task is, as Bridget said, that you want to learn the skills and you want to learn the interface of the software itself. So what I then do is I get them to produce styling for the map. So what we want to do is that's a mine, and we want to use styling within QGIS to use a different symbol for the mine. And what we usually use, we'll use a SVG symbol. So when you go into QGIS and you click on the symbol, usually what happens is under symbology, you'll get marker and you'll get simple marker. What you now can do is you can click on that simple marker, and then you can go down and you can say, okay, we want an SVG marker on that. So what you do is you'd go there to the marker and we'll say, right, I want to go to an SVG marker. Let me just see, where is that now? There we go. And then you can go to the SVG marker and put it on there. So you'll see that I've put it on there. You go to symbols. Let me just see, scroll down here, right? Okay. And then we're going to go to marker, simple marker. And now we're going to say, okay, we want an SVG marker, right? And once you go to the SVG marker, you'll see that it's got a number of symbols there. And what you want to look for is you want to go to this one, which says symbol. Over there, where's my symbol? SVG markers. And I want to go to symbols. I've also recently upgraded my QGIS, so therefore the things might not be in the same place as they were before. And so now you've got different kind of symbols. And the symbol we really want is this one here, which is the mining symbol. So we click on that mining symbol, and then you'll notice that it's quite small. So what you can do is you can make the symbol bigger. So you'll see that we can choose the symbol and make it bigger. And usually the suggestion is make the symbol about the size of the symbol about 5. We lock it in and we make it about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Right. And so there you've got your symbol. So we click that. Okay. So now can you see we've actually changed the symbol. Let me zoom in a bit. We've changed the symbol for the mine and we've used a specific symbol there. Now, the next thing we want to do is we want to add in other layers in to the layer. We want to choose now some more symbols there. So what we're going to do is when we go to, all right, we're going to go here to the symbol again. And we're going to go to categorized, right? And under categorized, we're going to go into the feature type. Sorry, that's the wrong one. Let me just go here, close that. And right. We wanted to go on the wrong one. We want to go to the road. Sorry. There we go. It's a bit challenging going on. Working in the car. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to characterize. And we're going to go to feature type. And when we go to feature type, we're going to choose classify. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove the other. And so we're going to keep the footpath and We can then style the footpath if we wanted to style that footpath. We can go to, when we go to this footpath, we can go to simple line, or we can use one of these symbols here. You could choose the simple line there and then go and change the color of the simple line to one like that. And then you can use the custom dash. There we go. And so there you've got the simple line, right? And then you're going to apply those changes. You can just click OK. You don't have to click OK and apply. So there I've put in the footpaths onto the symbol itself. Right, then we're going to look at, now we're going to look at mining excavation. So we want to look for the mining excavation tool. Let me just get this nicely centered here. I hope you can see everything very clearly. I'm not sure, I'm not getting the benefit of two screens when I would work at home. So we're going to click on that one. And then what we're going to do is, once you've clicked the mining symbols, we want to go and change the fill there. And we want to change the fill color to transparent. And then we're going to click OK. And so there we've got that. And what we want to do is, we want to do a further bit of styling on the fill. And we don't want a solid line. We want a dashed line. And I think we can keep the size of that dashed line as it is there. It should be okay. No, we want to change it about, let's change it about 6. And then we click OK. So can you see there, we've styled in the excavation area. And now we're going to do all of that. So the next thing we want to do now is we want to work with the polygons. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the biosphere. So there's the Mopani Biosphere, Nature Reserve Biosphere. Because can you see, as Bridget said, this interestingly, that this open cast mine is first of all in the biosphere or the Mopani Biosphere, and there's in fact a nature reserve, Mopani Nature Reserve over there. And so what we want to do is we want to look at all of that, and we want to then sort that out. Okay, so what we did in the task is, initially we wanted to digitize that, but we want to get the, so what we did is we put this one, the aerial photograph in. And what we want to do is we want to put the mine in there first of all. So we want to put that mine in there. So what we can do is, there's the aerial photograph that puts the mine in. Now, unfortunately, when we pulled the data in, the mine was not put in. So can you see, there's the excavation, and we want to put that mine in there. So we want to put in the open cast mine. So we need to create a new layer. So by creating a new layer, what do we need to do is we need to go to layers, and we go to create a layer, and we create a new geopackage layer. Now, what I would suggest is when you put these down, and you'll see in the worksheet itself, it's best to put all your files onto the desktop. It's much easier to work with it there because you'll find it there. Because it's quite a challenge with QGIS. If you don't know where you put it, and when you want to come back to the program, it becomes quite challenging. So what you need to do is you need to click on the ellipsis. I'm just going to keep it on the desktop for simplicity now, and I'm going to call this the mine. Right. And then I'm going to click save. And then what I'm going to do is I need to put in the geometry. And the geometry is going to be a polygon. And so therefore I've got the polygon. And I then need to set it to the project, the project here, CRS. Okay. So there we've got it. So now I've added in the mine. And you will notice now I've added a new layer in, but it doesn't show anything because we've just added the layer in. We need to now digitize the mine. So what we then do is we go to the mine and we click on the pencil there. And once we click on the pencil, now we can start digitizing the mine itself to add it in. And so what we want to do is we want to digitize that mine. And so what we do is we click, now we can say, okay, this is the mine area here. Let me just zoom it in a bit. And let me just move it around first before I digitize. So now you go to digitizing, click on this tool over here. You click on that to put it in there. And now you can start digitizing the mine. So you just click on the actual open cast mine like that. And there you've got the mine. And right click it. And now we can click OK. And there we put the mining. So now we've put the mine into the area of the actual where the excavation is. And so we've added that in. And then we can start putting in the labeling of that if we wanted to. We could label that mine. I just want to switch off the aerial photograph now because that's not necessary. So they have put the mine in. So now I can, it's very important when you're digitizing to make sure that you look at this tool here, which is the saving tool. So that's saved whatever we did. And then now we can close it. And so therefore now we've digitized the mine. So we've put the mine onto the map itself. And now we can actually later on go and label that mine. We can put it in and say that's the opencast mine. And so what you then can do is you can go to the mine itself, double click on it, go to labels, click single label, and then you want to put in a label. And you can put that in. Unfortunately, I didn't create that. What a mistake I did is when I digitized, I didn't add in the table a space for the label. So I'll need to fix that up. So I need to go to the attribute table. You see that the attribute table doesn't have much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add something onto the attribute table. So let me first edit it. Then I'm going to add a new field, and I'm going to put in there, that's the name, is the name. And I'm going to make it a text. And I'm going to make it about 30 long. And then I'm going to click OK. So there's the text. So now I can add in there, open cast mine. There we go. And then I can save that and close it. Now I'm able to label that mine. And I'm going to go and label it according to name. And so I put the name in there and I put the text in, and I can put a placement in. I can say, okay, horizontal, and I can change the text. Let's make it bold. There's bold, and let's make it bigger. About 15 should be okay. And we applied and okay. And so there's the opencast mine should be. Let me see, why is the label not coming up? Let me just check again. I want the text. We wanted the text. We wanted the name. Yes, that's there. We wanted the placement horizontal. I don't know why this name is not coming up. Let me just check my attribute table. Oh, that's why. It was opencast mine. Opencast mine. And I didn't save it. Save it. So there we go. Now there we see the name. Now, an interesting trick, if you wanted to place this very nicely on your map, you've got this tool over here. You click that tool, and then you click on there. Now it gives you an option. What do you want to move? You want to move the name, and then click OK. And so there you can place the name nicely where you want it to be. And there you've got the opencast mine. So what you now can do is, once the mine is there, the next part of the task is to look at how could the mine influence the surrounding area. So when we put in the reserve, we'll notice now, what do we notice about the mine and reserve? And then you'll see the task, the extended task is to look at what's happening here. How is the mine impacting on the nature reserve? And then the next task is to look at that, because you'll see there the data analysis task is there, looking at the natural area, and you'll need to do some research on this whole biosphere, the Vembe biosphere. And then you'd have to look at what is the impact of the mine on the biosphere. Look at, for example, surface water, because we've got the rivers there. Remember, we've put in the rivers there. We can say what effect is this mine having on the rivers? What is it having on the area there? And then part of the last bit of that task would be that you can get them to produce the map. And remember, when you want to produce the map, you'll go to that tool over there. I'm just going to call it map for simplicity right now. And then I'm going to go, hopefully you can you see my map? I hope so. Let me just see, what am I sharing? Let me go to my map. Yes, there we go. There we go. I'm sharing my map now. And then what you can do is you can draw in the map like that. And so there I've got the mine. And then if I go to my project layer, I can get rid of a few things that I don't want. I don't want the study area in there. And then I'm going to go back to, let me just make sure I'm sharing the right screen. Yes, I'm sharing the right screen. And so there you've got the map like that. And I just want to refresh that because I changed it. And so there you have your map. And now you can, part of the task is now to use the map tools to produce the map. And so what you can do is you could put a frame around the map like that. And you then can move the map a bit. And you now can put in the legend. There's the legend over there. And can you see now the legend becomes quite complicated here? Don't stress about that. We can fix the legend up. How do we fix the legend up? We go to legend items, uncheck auto check or auto update. And now we can start removing things that we don't want. Let's say, for example, we don't want the aerial photograph. So we click on the aerial photograph and we click the minus and we get rid of that. We can keep the other things in there. We need the footpath. We can look at the water area. Let me see, did we switch the water area on? We didn't switch the water area. Yes, we did switch the water area on. That's the river. Okay, that's the Limpopo River there. So we've got all of those things. So if we wanted to keep them, notice now that the legend doesn't work very well, but because we've unchecked the auto update, we can now change the legend. So by clicking on the cold task, for example, you can just click on that and get rid of that and just say mine. And then you click the blue arrow and you go back. And then when you look at this one, you can just say roads. And then you can click back. And then you can go to, we can leave the footpath and the other road as that. And then we click on that one and we can just call it rivers. And then we close that. And then we can click on the, we have the conveyor belts there. We put those in. Let me just click on those. And so all you just need to do is get rid of that. Select the capital C and there you go, the conveyor belts. And then we can look at the river. You can actually put this in as the Limpopo. Limpopo River. And click back on that. And then we can take that away. We don't want the study area. That was just used to clip all the data. We've got the mine in there. The nature reserve, we can just leave that like it is there. Just change it to capital. Get rid of the underscores because that's what we use when we name the file. But in naming the legend, we can change the legend. And remember, when you're changing the files like this, you're not actually changing the name of the file in the project. You're just changing it here in the layout. And we can put in, this is the opencast. I think this is the opencast mine. And put that in there. We just say mining area. Put that away. And then the biosphere. Like that. Okay. So there you've got your map. Look at your legend is now fine. It's not a problem anymore. And then you can now finish the styling of your map by putting in the title. And your title you'll put in. Remember in QGIS, you can't type in over there. You have to type in here under main properties label. And so you put in mining area. And now what you can do is you go over to the font. Go over to the font. You can just click on the font. And now you can make it bigger. And see what happens when you click it. It actually automatically makes it big over there. So you don't have to worry. And so it looks like 45 might be okay. And we make it bold.
Apologies,
And
Brandon. I'm just doing a
Hello.
time check here. It's Bridget here.
I'm
Just
done.
doing a time
I'm done.
check.
Oh, I'm done. Okay.
Are
And
you
there we
done?
go.
Oh,
Yes,
it
and there
is
we go.
absolutely brilliant. And I want to just compliment you because I realized that you had a hospital and you did all of this by rushing to the car park. To
Unfortunately,
actually
it wasn't. It was. But what I'll do for the favor of for Inika to put on, I'll do a proper one, a nice video with no noises and all of that, a nice screen, and then we can put that in as part of SAGTA for teachers to look at later if that's okay.
Definitely. And in fact, what I wanted to say to everybody is that a step-by-step video, this is just on the fly, literally on the fly, how you would go about doing the task, but step-by-step on how to actually do this is all laid out in Moodle. So this is just give as a simple taster, but that actual video recording of how you actually go about it, that will be the one with everybody's permission we will put up on the YouTube. And I want to hand straight over to Andre to actually talk about, because there are many teachers here that have attended the course, because attending a lot of the teacher conferences this year, one of the concerns was where teachers were not able to help their learners with this task. Please, we do encourage you to upskill yourselves if you want to participate in this, to please consider upskilling yourself. And I'm going to hand over to Andre. Brandon, you are a superstar. Thank you for doing.
Sorry for the rush. Sorry for the rushed presentation.
Hi, Andre, we can't hear you. I'm not sure if you're speaking. No, it doesn't sound like any sound is coming through us. You have unmuted yourself, but it's not.
Okay.
No.
Not to worry, Inika. We have had a back channel, and I'm quite happy to morph into Andre too. If you could just please bring up that other slide, and I'll quickly talk to that. Well, who you can see here is Gavin. That is my better, shorter half, and Silbiwe at the SAGTA conference 2 weeks ago. But what I would like to draw your attention to is the topo cloth. The topo cloth over there is, I'm sure many of you will recognize it from the map downloader, but it is another product that we are going to add to the mix. And I see Andre is now sharing the course. Yes, there we go. That is the course. If you would like to attend the course, the next one is going to be November, and you can do it in English, Afrikaans, and isiZulu. And if you could just go back to the slide 2, because this is how you go about ordering the topo cloth. 5% of the proceeds will then go towards SAGTA, and of course that will all be plowed back into creating resources for us teachers. So I don't know who's actually manning the slide, but please can you click on the topo cloth, slide 2, and if you couldn't mind just enlarging that screen. So what we've called it the topo cloth, the idea is that you are to please go to the map downloader. You have to be a SAGTA member in order to do that, and produce high-res 300 dpi of the actual area that you would like. What I quickly did today on my dining room table is I draped a blanket underneath to quickly build up Table Mountain and Lion's Neck. And you can do that with newspaper, and it's a wonderful way. Yes, we have made and produced tangible landscapes, but at a very nominal cost. You can also, 590 Rand, I stand corrected. You can go and order this, excluding delivery from, please in the chat, contact Andre at cartosa.com if you would like to order a topo cloth. The size is 1 meter by 2 meters, and we've had fun and games, and I think it would be a wonderful resource for you to have in the classroom, where you've got a local map, because local is lekker, and teach basic map skills. And using a topographic map, you can also then produce an orthophoto map as well, if you so wish. And the color and the resolution is fantastic. The material that that they produce are made out of is also very durable as well. So if anyone would like to order a topo cloth, please fundraiser for SAGTA. Please can you contact Andre at cartosa.com. That concludes, that's all from me, Inika, thank you. Q&A, I think.
That's right. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions at all? Because now you have everyone all together. Nothing. Looks like it was explained exceptionally well.
May I just make one last comment that this was simply an introduction for the teachers. Please, this is simply us just explaining the rationale behind the new GDSE Part A, Part B, which will then move into the GIS Olympiad. It's very exciting to have international collaborative projects, and of course the winning teams get to present at FOSS4G, which is in Auckland next year. And just remember that part of this will be that we will get the collaborating countries to pay for any schools in Africa and teacher. None of this you having to try and find the funds. So I think that is very important. And of course, it's imperative that the teacher attend and look after the darlings that go and attend. So there's the incentive for you to participate, to upskill yourself, to make our subject real, relevant, and sexy. And thank you so much to IEB, to UP, to SAGTA, and to Cartosa, who actually, thank you, Cartosa, because I know you don't make any money out of this. It's just my nagging. So thank you to my long-suffering husband who has sponsored this initiative, because it is very important that we grow education at grassroots. But we will have a video up on the SAGTA website on exactly step-by-step on how to participate in the certificate. Registration dates are important, and please look at the chat there for the topo clock. You contact Andre at cartosa.com. Andre, please can you put your email address there? Contact him with the price. He will organize invoicing, how to go about step-by-step ordering that. It was just a brainchild that came up for at conference, and I think it's a very cheap, valuable resource for you to have in the classroom. Thank you everyone for participating. 1 minute over. Askies.
Yes. SJ just wants to know if it can move earlier in the year. I just think putting it out there, it's too late for this year. But she has asked about that.
Yes, we are going to do a repeat of the exact same course for term 1 next year, but it will honestly be the exact same. So in other words, you can participate this year. That is mainly for those that want to actually have their grade 11s participating. So we have, after we've learned, because it's been a pilot project for 2 years, that the last term and the first term is the best, if that answers that question. So a new set of dates, a new registration, it will be GDSE 2025, but know that there will then be another case study. Every year we will have a new case study, which will then be a wonderful resource for you to use with the Geo package in the class. So I think get your hands dirty. The learners absolutely love GISing.
Thanks. And Bridget, I so agree. I mean, it might look complicated to some of us who don't like to go into new things as teachers, but I think don't underestimate your students. They can totally do things which you probably might be intimidated by, and don't stop them from trying. Great. Thank you so much. Yes, we're just over, but we're finished. Thank you so much for joining. Have a warm, lovely afternoon further. And I think you got all the contact details. So if there's any questions, you can contact them. Thanks, Brandon. Thanks, Clinton. Thanks, Bridget. Bye, everyone.